What up, world? This is Shattered Moon, aka Moondog.
And this is Coco Cure, aka Arrogant Ambassador, and you're listening to How You Feel.
ATM. Now, in the previous podcast about Drake interview on Uber Radio, um, we pretty much discussed everything that you talked about from, ghostwriting, working with
The
Dr.
beef.
Dre, definitely the beef with Meek Mill, and
By the way, DJ Sentex for that bomb interview, and shout outs for SoundCloud for being able to manage to contain all the craziness. Because I listened to that full podcast, and I can't lie, it was very eye opening. So I want to hit on a few things. First and foremost, beef in general. We were talking about the Drake and the Meek Mill beef from that particular podcast. And they brought up the Nas and Jay-Z beef from back in the day. Question. Lyrically, Nas versus Jay-Z, when it came to the diss tracks, who won?
Nas got him. But if we're talking about overall, I think Jay Z had the better sounding record.
I'm sorry, that Ether track though. That Ether, that it should make your soul burn slow. And it sure had people burning.
But was the beat hot?
You were talking about lyrically.
Lyrically, Nas got it.
Beat wise, Jay was pretty on point. Both were bomb though. Next up, bullying on the internet. Drake was talking about trigger fingers turning into Twitter fingers. Opinion, I would rather have Twitter fingers than trigger fingers any day. Okay? That's just like back in the day, you fight with your hands, not with guns. Said it best on Friday.
They had weapons.
I'm sorry, what?
If people had weapons, they had weapons.
This is true. But at least when it's with your hands, Pop said in Friday, you live to fight another day.
But people don't
You're
do
bad.
that.
If you're a bad fighter, you go get your game up and then you go back for round 2 if necessary. Or find a way to squash the bees.
I think you live in a fantasy world. Fantasy. To go back to the Twitter fingers, like, I would say back in the day it was a lot more real. Not saying that it's not real now, because there's some crazy kids out here that would actually do something in real life and then run back to Twitter to talk about it. So
that is crazy talk. People out here committing crimes and then tweeting about it,
yeah.
or Facebook, or Instagram,
yeah.
And yeah. Be good, kids. Behave yourselves. Be good people. Or at very least, don't be stupid posting crimes on the internet. Stop it.
But it happens all the time.
World's stupidest criminals. That's what that is.
But yeah, back then, as far as rap is concerned, it was so real back then. Like E for 40, almost got Biggie killed. What else happened back then? Oh yeah, Wu-Tang, I can't say they had beef with everyone, but they wasn't messing with too many people. And so, that rubbed folks the wrong way.
I mean, the beef back in the day was so deep that it had people who had nothing to do with the beef fighting over it.
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast violence. I mean, there was violence beforehand, but now different rappers they weren't necessarily the cause of it, but they were still part of it.
Hmm.
I mean, sum it up. Twitter fingers are greater than trigger fingers. Just stick to the internet, people. Stick to cyber thugging. Okay, that's it's safe, but don't, please, Lord, don't cyber thug too hard. Okay, because some people are taking the cyber thugging from the internet to the street. So cyber thug within limits, if you can.
And speaking of more beef, recently Nicki Minaj has dropped a track with Gucci Man called "Making Love," and in the Nicki verse, she took some shots at a particular person that she wouldn't name.
The shade of it all. The shade of it all.
What made it crazy is they call, I should say, she called the person a bum
Ooh.
and told them to stay in their lane. And then to top it off, they were pretty much stating that they needed to sell records to be relevant.
Ooh.
Now, with that being said, do you need to see a, do you need to sell records to be relevant?
You really don't. I mean, in the music industry, the different facets of the music industry. Yeah, one part is selling records, but another part is selling out tours. Another part is getting on all sorts of social media and being a buzz on social media. Another part is getting into realms that aren't necessarily your own. So if you weren't relevant by selling records, you could be sitting on Wendy's couch and the Views chair and all of the real
Mm-hmm.
and be relevant that way.
Mm-hmm.
You could be relevant by doing things for human rights and doing things for interest groups. There are
Mm-hmm.
different ways to be relevant in the music industry outside of selling an abundance of records.
Uh, and who's really
To me,
selling records like that? Like, I'm pretty sure Nick knows that once she drops another album, she's not gonna be going platinum in a day, or a week, or a month, or even a year.
this is true. Oh, another way to stay relevant: beef. If you're out here having beef with everybody, albeit dangerous beef, everyone's going to be talking about it.
Yeah.
Because the people on both sides, the people for you and the people against you, are going to be very aware of you.
Hmm.
Whether they'll buy your record is a whole different story.
Right.
So that could be a reason to try and erect controversy.
True. But
Oh gosh. But I'm nosy. Who could she possibly be talking about?
some say it's Remy Martin because Remy Martin takes shots at every rapper.
This is true.
Not
Could be
and
Little
then
Kim.
could be, could be,
Hmm.
could be
Tell us
Foxy
down
Brown.
in the comments below, who do you think Nicki Minaj is taking shots at with her new record, Make Love, featuring Gucci Mane? Let us know how you feel. You know what? We need. You said it last episode. We need Scooby Doo and his whole team on this.
Hmm. We need the biggest and brightest researcher to come and figure this thing out. Uh,
Speaking of different angles,
uh huh.
we went to see a movie the other day.
Oh
This
yeah.
Let me give you guys a little bit of a heads up. There may be some spoilers.
Hold on.
There may
we
be
got,
a few spoilers, guys.
we're gonna call it key alerts. Hold on. Let me let me get my soundboard. We need DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled, where you at, dog?
See? And this is how you know we are edit free. Okay? No filter. No filter. Zone. And now you know.
Here we go.
Major key alert.
Major key alert. So every time you hear this,
Major key alert.
be prepared for the spoilers. So, back to the movie. On Monday, which was, let me see. See, I'm not good with dates, but on the 20th, I went to see a private screening of the new movie by Jordan Peele called Get Out. Get Out is a psychological thriller with a little bit of comedy in there. On Rotten Tomato, the reviews were great and it got a 100%. I'm pretty sure it's gonna change by Monday, but overall, it's been getting like good reviews from everyone. Now,
I I saw the trailer. It shook me a little bit. That is nothing that you want to see by yourself. I think that if I went to see it, walking back to the car, I would be a little bit wary of my surroundings. Let's put it that way.
now, now for y'all that don't know, the plot is about a young black man who visits his white girlfriend's parents in a remote location, like in the forest. And obviously, if you meet somebody's parents in a remote location, that should be red flag automatically. Especially if you're black, that should be red flag.
I can't. I can't. You know what? My opinion. You should not be in the woods. Don't. I mean, no matter what color you are, the woods. I forget who said this, but my forefathers created the inside to protect me from the outside. So what? No thanks. Why couldn't they meet on a beach? A nice open, vast area. No, I'm sorry.
Now, to break down the movie, I don't want to tell too much, but there will be key alerts, aka spoilers. But the main character, who's played by Daniel Kaluuya, I hope I pronounced that right. He plays Chris. The main character, I will say this, was very naive, very, because he should have known better. Like, I understand that he was in love with Rose, who is played by Allison Williams. I understand he was in love and wanted to marry the girl, but his first clue, and here is a key alert. Let me press the button.
Major key alert.
Chris asked Rose, "Did you tell your parents that I'm black?"
How long was he dating this girl before he went to meet the parents, is my question. Did they put that in the movie?
I mean, they did, but they barely touched on it. They touched on it one time.
That's pretty important, people. Our next episode may be about dating and relationships, because There's some to dos and there's some definitely don'ts.
Mm, that's definitely true. But his character, I should say, Chris, said they've been dating for a while now. So it must have been months, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another key alert. Spoiler.
Major key alert.
When they first met at the house, they were sitting under a gazebo or sitting on the park bench, um, drinking wherever they was drinking. I don't know if it was moonshine or fruit juice. I don't know, but
That is a big difference, moonshine and fruit juice.
yeah.
that.
All I know was the drink was clear, right? And another key alert.
Major key alert.
Um, the person that was pouring this clear liquid was a maid who just happened to be black. Okay?
Mm.
And to me, that signified that everybody was drinking the Kool-Aid.
Oh no.
You know, like metaphorically or, you know, figure of speech. Everybody was drinking the Kool-Aid, including him. So to me, that should have been a sign that someone was wrong. But yeah,
Just because you're the only one doesn't necessarily mean that you should be scared. But if you're in a situation like this, I didn't see the movie, so I'm assuming that he went up alone. He should have brought people with him, a few
oh
people
no, no, no,
as moral support, if you could, especially if it's a small party, a small get together. Bring your parents, bring cousins, or bring a little bit of family.
well,
Cause
here's the thing. Major key alert.
Major key alert.
The main character, Chris, had no parents.
oh
Yeah.
no!
So
But I saw in the trailer he had a homie. He could have brought the homie. It could have been a double date situation. Wait, maybe.
no, he's visiting the parents. Okay,
So, mm.
that's what he's doing. Now, with that being said, another major key alert.
Major key alert.
Chris' friend, whose name is Rod, is working for the TSA. So even if he wanted to go, he wouldn't be able to go because he would have been working. You know, he would still have to set out a day just to even do anything. So,
Oh.
with that being said, Chris kept in contact with Rod. Chris said to Rod, "Hey, I'm going to these people's house. I'll be back on Sunday." You know,
Major key
I
alert.
believe that was
about to
part of the
say,
trailer. He was like, "Hey, people go missing up here." He's like, "It's all right. It's cool, guys. I'll be good."
oh, another one.
Major
Major
key
key
alert.
alert. Um, Rod, who is Chris's friend, did find out that people were missing. You know,
Yeah.
people that they knew went missing, and guess where they was at?
Major key alert.
On those grounds.
Yep, exactly.
Not me. I'm sorry. Definite. Yeah. Okay, this is a hell of a spoiler. And I'm gonna ask this question just because I know Z. I do
Major
intend to watch
killer.
this movie. What should I? You know what? Hit that button. Time to spoil it because I want to
Major
know.
killer.
I hit it.
Did he get out alive? Did he get out? Did he get away?
Major killer.
If you got, ooh, I need to get closer. But please send your comments, like, and subscribe to us. Um,
Send emails at howyoufeelatm@gmail.com. Love to read them.
Definitely, unless you're creepy. Alright, and we're out.
Bye.